So we've talked about recruiting trail all summer long, and you've been listening. You've been making it your first listen every day. I really appreciate that. My everydayers out there, I know a lot of you. You're in the comment section. You're retweeting. I really appreciate that. All the support is very much appreciated. You've been following along with us, with myself and with Will Turboff and the many characters who have committed to play for the Baylor Bears. Supporting cast of Dallas Baker and Keenan Hall, and maybe even a little cameo from Dave Aranda in there. This has been one big show to put together this 2025 recruiting class, and it's not done yet. It's winding down for sure. Like, we just went through the full official visit season, and these guys want to get that commitment going before they head into their senior year. And it's like a great 4th of July fireworks party. The finale was awesome. You got Kamauryn Morgan, the 4-star. Well, I'm still trying to figure out that first name. I've heard Kamauryn, I've heard Kamorian, I've heard Cameron. It's a pretty cool way to spell Cameron. I'm gonna give him that. We're gonna get him on the show, I think, to find that out. But you get Kamauryn Morgan, your first 4-star in 2 years, at kind of the end of the cycle, or so it appeared, or the end of the summer cycle, probably. And he's at South Oak Cliff now. He played 2 years at Red Oak, terrific program up there, 6A. And he has a teammate out there at Red Oak who is a major prospect. You thought Kamauryn Morgan was a big prospect. How about the wide receiver Taz Williams, who is a composite 4-star, 247. He has offers from a couple of minor programs. Alabama, A&M, Penn State, Michigan, those kinds of teams are in for Taz Williams. This kid is so legit. And he was tweeting at Kamauryn Morgan before Morgan's commitment, and he said, "Where we going, twin?" And I was like, well, I think Kamauryn Morgan's committed to Baylor, and that's not high up on Taz Williams' list. And that's what ended up happening. Kamauryn Morgan committed to Baylor, and Taz Williams is set to make an announcement for his commitment on Monday. That's July the 13th. Am I getting that? No, that's not right. It's Monday. Anyway, that's the 15th. And he had a top 5 out there, and it did not have Baylor in it. It didn't. And I'm thinking, boy, what if, and I think I mentioned this on the show, what if Kamauryn Morgan could put it out there, get the feelers, be like, bro, we got to do this. We got to do this together. Why don't we go to team up? Like we've seen so much in college football over the last few years, college basketball as well, but probably not going to happen. Right. Well, maybe. As a young lady once said to me, maybe, okay? Because Grayson Grunhafer of Sikkim 365, their recruiting analyst, reporting on Tuesday that Taz Williams has scheduled an official visit to the Baylor Bears on July the 29th. Yes, that is after he's supposed to be committing, but an official visit. That means you want to take a look at the place. And at the end of this month, Taz Williams is going to be in Waco checking out the Baylor Bears. I said the Kamauryn Morgan commitment was a huge step for Baylor. To say it was huge was an understatement. And I was serious about that. I still am. Taz Williams would be an unbelievable pull. A next level, incredible steal. Where Baylor stands right now, if they're able to somehow steal a commitment from him somewhere during the season over an Alabama, A&M, Penn State, or Michigan, that is maybe your greatest recruiting win ever. Ever. Best since Jarrett Stidham was like the number 2 quarterback in the country behind Kyler Murray, and you flipped him from Tech. This would be just like that. And I actually saw Taz Williams play live last year. I know you guys love my amateur scouting. I talked about this with Turboff, with Kamauryn Morgan. I saw him play at Lake Belton. I was going there to see Micah Hudson. And Taz Williams was going pound for pound with Micah Hudson in that game. He like big play every time down. It was one of them making a big play, whoever had the ball. And he had a monster season, Taz Williams. He was kind of under the radar going into that. He only had 5 touchdowns as a sophomore, 582 yards receiving in 2022. But last year, as a junior, he went from 31 catches to 80, 582 yards to 1251, 5 touchdowns to 14. Again, 80 receptions for 1,251 yards and 14 touchdowns on just under 16 yards per catch. Big play receiver. These guys don't grow on trees. No matter what you might think that they do, they don't, to play at that level of high school football in this great state and put up those kinds of numbers. Taz Williams is the real deal. And you saw the coaches with the little cyclone thing, Tasmanian Devil. They think they have a shot. Is it a long shot? Yes. But they think they have a shot. And I said it earlier in the show, it's not the best recruiting class they've ever had, but there's undoubtedly, there's no doubt been a ton of momentum in this recruiting class, not just with this, high school kids in 25, but the transfer portal too, and this new coaching staff. And I think Keenan Hall can recruit anybody. So get him in Taz Williams' living room, or have him greet Taz and family when they come down to Waco. An official visit is serious. So he might commit to someone in the next few days here. And you need to always take it with a grain of salt, just like with Baylor's own recruits. There's a lot of time between now and National Signing Day, and it usually does not benefit Baylor. This could. And oh boy, am I excited to see how that plays out. Hey, thanks for making it to the end of the video. We really appreciate that. And if you want to keep up to date on all the Baylor sports news, be sure to give us a like and ring the notification bell, because we are your first listen today and every day. We are your exclusive home for nothing but Baylor sports content 5 days a week that's not coming straight from the university. Be sure to follow us here on YouTube and also wherever you get your podcasts, and on Twitter as well at Locked On Baylor. Thanks so much again. Have a good one. And sick 'em.